Hey guys, Dubcuban here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how I set up my Square-1s. Okay, so I've been focusing a lot more on Square-1 lately, so I decided I'd just show you guys how I set mine up. I prefer a more gummy, more looby Square-1 because I'm not the fastest solver, so I care more about the performance. Okay, so I got the Shengshou and the Cube Twist right here. The Shengshou is not set up yet, the Cube Twist is. Okay, so the Cube Twist is really gummy, really smooth. And this thing is really loud and really crunchy. So basically the first thing we're going to do here is we're just going to go ahead and pop two pieces out. So the way you do this is traditionally you can untension it with one screw on the green side. Yeah, I believe it's green side on most Square-1s. So you can just pop that cap off. Just like that. And then turn it to the left. It may not feel like it's getting loose, but it is. Just do a couple of them like that. Then you can just kind of turn it like this. And kind of just pull the piece out like that. Or you can just kind of pop it. It's really easy to pop it on the Shengshou. And then just go and put that piece back on. Just like that. Okay, so we're just going to focus on these two pieces right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of lube. We're going to put it along the side right here. Let me wait for some to come out here. Sorry about that. There we go, just a little bit along the side, both sides is good. And then down in this groove, right under here, see that groove? That's where you're going to want to put it because that's where there's a bit of rubbing. And right here on this flap, right here where I'm putting some on right now, before the groove, just like that, and all over that. You want to get it all over the piece. And just set it there like that, and then do that to both of them. But on the second one, you don't want to put as much on because you don't want it to be extremely gummy, or else you won't even be able to turn it fast. So I'll just smear a little bit on there, on top there, just like that. Then I'll set those there. And then on the actual cube we're going to grab now. See this right here? There's like a table in there. Inside that crack, you're just going to put a little bit inside that little tray. Just a little bit, like a drop. And then you're just going to put some right here along the edge of the cube. Just like that. And a little bit on the rim. And then just slide the piece over here like this corner piece I believe is what it's called, and then just put a little bit over there on that side. And then a little bit on the side of the corner piece, just like that. And there you go, that's pretty much all the lube you'll need in these. I'll put a little bit more, do that to both sides, just like that. There you go. And now to put the pieces back together, it's a little more tricky. So you're going to hold one piece like this and rotate the cube so it's about halfway like that. Grab your piece like this. And you're just going to pull the cube apart since it's fairly loose. You should keep it at loose tensions. And just kind of push it in. Whoops. Like this. Just like that. And to put the last one in, it's a little more tricky. You're going to have to spread it apart. So same thing like that. You just want to spread it apart. And just kind of pinch your fingers in there. Like that. Grab the piece and push it in there like that. And now you can just kind of move it around like this, and you should definitely feel, listen to how much quieter that is. And scramble it up, do some algorithms with it, just to spread that lube around. And if you want your cube to be a little more gummy, you can just flip it over and do the same thing with both sides, which is what I will do. But I'm not going to show that part because it's just the same exact thing as what we just did there. Oh yeah, and don't forget to tighten your cube back up or else it's going to pop. Okay, so now for those of you guys who are wondering about tensions, tensions are personal preference. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing someone else's tensions unless you don't really care about your tensions too much. For me, tensions are the most important part. So if you're using a Shengshou Square-1 like me, it pops like crazy. So as you guys know, these things are so hard to put back together. So just go ahead and pop off the cap. Use the tension as that one really long screw. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to take this whole screw out, okay? If you want your puzzle to perform nicely, just take this whole screw out, and I'll finish that up when you're not looking. Okay, so now that we've got our screw out here, we're going to go and lube this up. Wow, this is really hot. So what I'm going to do is, see here by the end, this is what most people do. This is what I learned from J.R. Cuber. But you're just going to put a little bit of lube around the base of the screw, just like that. There you go. So I got some on there. And now I'm just going to put a little bit on the actual screw itself for the spring, you know. Just like that. Because this is a really freaking long screw. Then I'm just going to take this spring and slide it on there like that. Oh yeah, it's a little bit bent. That's expected. It's a Shengshou, you know. And then you're going to take the cube itself, and I'm just going to put the nozzle in there like that, and then just put a couple drops in there. Yeah, oh freak. Let me fix that. So, like, if you do this, like, I mean, you can put a little bit of lube in there like this. I'm going to put a little bit right here around this circle in there, as you can see. Just a little bit around that circle, you know. Maybe a little bit around out here as well. It's totally up to you, though. This is only if you want your cube to be extra smooth, like feel like a cube twist, I mean. There we go. Then I'm just going to take this half like that. Place that back on there. And it should stick there now because, you know, it's like sticky. Okay, now it's pretty... I'm going to take my washer out because I don't like using washers in my cubes. It builds up a little bit of residue. And I'll just slide this thing back in. See if I can line up the hole. There we go. And then I'll just screw this guy back up. And I'll skip through that. Another thing is that at first it may not go all the way through, but if you take the cap off the blue side, there's this little piece right here, and you might just have to push this on it because it's a little bit difficult because it's a small hole, you know. So you just gotta, whoops, just gotta place that on there, just like that. And then just put your thumb on the screw and the other on this piece, just like that, until it's in there. And you can just screw that thing in. There you go. And as of for tensioning goes, the way that I set this thing up, well, since it's a Shengshou, you know, and it pops a lot, what I do is I'm gonna tighten it all the way up to where the screw doesn't go anymore, because I just don't like pops in general. So let me tighten this up. Okay, so I'm gonna tighten it all the way up till I can't go anymore, like that. Let me see. Till it's really difficult to move, yeah. That, it barely even moves. And then I'm going to do about 3 to 4 turns backwards. There you go, it's still a little bit loose. I mean, still a little bit tight, so I'm just going to loosen it down a little bit more. Now it turns amazing. And you just got to experiment around on what you like, you know. Turns really good right now. Now it's turning really nice, really bumpy, really good feeling. I'm liking this tension. But yeah, when I goes for tensioning, I just make sure that it's pretty tight. Don't want it to pop, you know. I just don't like pops on Square-1 because they're just so annoying. Just like that. And yeah, just put those center pieces back on. And that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. That's just pretty much how I set up my Square-1s. That's how I set up my Shengshou. And that's pretty much the same way I set up my cube twist as well. Except I got this stickers on it. But yeah, it definitely feels a lot better, it feels a lot smoother. I'm going to have to tighten that up. But it feels a lot smoother in general. Slashes are a lot more freely. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you later.